Introduction and Navigation. Welcome to the Krome Video Manual. KORG is famous for creating the most successful and respected workstation keyboards ever made. These incredible instruments are used by tens of thousands of professionals around the world to perform and create music. Your Krome Music Workstation is an instrument designed to help you perform and create music by bringing together innovative, intuitive features and professional sound quality, including a sample memory size never before seen in this price range. In this hour-long video, we'll cover the main functions of your Krome. There's a lot to cover, so each exercise will be brief, but it should be enough to get you started. For more detailed information, the PDF manuals on the accessory disc that came with your Krome can help you dig deeper. We recommend that you follow the video all the way through the first time, pausing when necessary. Then, later, go back to specific chapters. Also, if possible, have an SD card ready for saving and loading Krome data. Okay, before we get started, let's restart the Krome so we'll both be in the same place from the beginning. Reach around to the left rear and turn it off, then press the switch again to turn it on. By the way, if the Krome is left on but hasn't been touched for a preset amount of time, the instrument will automatically shut off. The default setting is approximately 4 hours. The time duration can be changed or this function completely disabled in global mode. If the function is enabled, the current time duration will be displayed briefly on the screen after startup. While it's starting up, let's look at the front panel from left to right. The joystick and switches 1 and 2, used for controlling different parameters of the sound. The volume knob. The real-time control section. Media for saving and loading data, and global for accessing parameters that affect the instrument as a whole, for example, master tune. These two switches instantly mute and unmute the master effects and the total effect. These switches turn on and off the arpeggiator and the drum track. The touch view screen, the heart of the Krome interface. By the way, touching this stopwatch icon in the upper right corner of the screen will display the elapsed time since the Krome was turned on. Stop, reset, and start make it useful for other things as well, like timing songs in the sequencer, timing the length of your performance, etc. Touch the stopwatch icon again to hide the time display. These are the value controllers, including the dial and the ink and deck buttons for increasing and decreasing a selected value. The exit and page buttons, the numeric keypad and enter, the compare button that works like an undo, and the right button. The combination, program, and sequencer mode buttons, the program and combination bank buttons, the sequencer transport controls, pause, rewind, fast forward, locate, record and start-stop, the tempo knob, and finally the tap button used for tapping in the desired tempo. The rear panel has all the expected connections such as outputs, MIDI, etc. For example, this is where you connect an optional damper pedal. The rear panel also has an SD card slot for saving and loading data using an optional SD card and a USB port for directly connecting to a computer to send and receive MIDI information. By the way, it's a good idea to hook the power cord here so it isn't accidentally pulled out. Program mode. Programs are the basic sounds of the Krome. They can be played individually in program mode, combined together in combination mode, or used on separate tracks in sequencer mode. When you turn on the instrument, by default it comes up in program mode. In this mode, the programs can be selected in a few different ways from the front panel. Using the ink deck buttons, the value dial, or the numeric keypad by entering a number, then pressing the Enter button. The programs are grouped together in banks of 128, and the banks can be selected directly with these 6 bank buttons marked A through F. For example, if you want to select program B27, then press the B bank button, then 27 and enter on the keypad. There are 11 general MIDI banks as well. They can be selected from the front panel using the numeric keypad. Hold down 0 and press minus to get the main GM bank, or the point to get the GM drum bank. Holding 0 and selecting 1 through 9 accesses the GM2 variation banks. Select program A000, bank A, 0, then enter is enough. You can also use the screen to select a program. Touch the arrow to the left of the program name. Simply touch the program you want. Along the left side, you can select the banks A through F as well as the GM banks. 16 programs are displayed on the screen at one time, and you can use the scroll bar to display the other programs. You can select any program and play it from this screen. If you press OK, you will go to the selected program. Touching Cancel or pressing Exit returns you to the previous program. Press Exit. The programs are also organized in categories. The program's category is displayed in a box above the name. Touch the box and a window opens showing the category tabs on the left and right of the screen. Touch the Guitar tab to display all the programs in that category. Most of the categories have subcategories. Touch Jump to Sub and select from the tabs on the left for more specific program selection. As before, pressing OK will go to the selected program. For now, touch Cancel or Exit twice to return to the previous program. The Krome has a convenient Find function allowing you to search within a bank or category. Touch the arrow to the left of the program name. We are looking at the A bank, but you can choose any bank from the tabs on the left. Stay in the A bank and touch Find. Touch the T to access the text dialog box and type in rock. Touch OK to confirm the text, and then Find. The search results, any programs with rock in the name, are displayed here with the first program found and the number of results within that bank or category. Touch Next or Prev, short for previous, to go through the results. You can audition each sound, and when you find the one you want, touch OK, then OK again. Select program A000 Krome Grand Piano. As I mentioned before, the Krome features a sample memory size never before seen in this price range. Typically, keyboards talk about the size of the PCM sample memory in megabytes. The Krome has almost 4 gigabytes of sample memory. That means that sounds are given the memory they need to truly bring them to life. For example, this piano. Every single note was sampled in stereo at 8 velocities, including the damper resonance. And most impressively, no loops. The full length of all the notes play back, even the lowest notes. Truly powerful. You may have already connected a damper pedal to the Krome. Usually it works as it should, sustaining the notes when the pedal is pressed. However, if your pedal works in reverse, meaning the notes sustain when it isn't pressed, you need to change the polarity. This is done in global mode. You can access global mode by pressing the global mode button, but you can also do it from the screen. Touch the upper left corner of the screen where it currently says Prog, short for program mode. The mode menu opens and you can go directly to global. Press the Page button, touch Controllers. By default, the damper polarity is set to minus KORG standard, meaning negative polarity. If your pedal is working in reverse, touch the arrow and select plus, meaning positive polarity, from the list. Of course, if your pedal is working correctly, just leave it on KORG. If you did change it, you need to save the global settings to internal memory so it doesn't go back to the previous setting when you turn the Krome off and on. Touch the arrow in the upper right corner to open the menu. This is called the command menu. Touch Right Global Setting. Touch OK. Now open the Mode menu by touching Global and touch Return, and you go back to where you were before going to Global Mode. Nice feature. Select program B89 Brass and Saxophones. Each program has a programmable 3-band EQ. The EQ settings are displayed on the screen and can be adjusted in several different ways. For example, touch the value and use the value controllers, or the numeric keypad, or touch the knob and drag your finger left and right. You can reset the value to 0, stop touching the screen, touch the parameter again and drag up. We'll look at other methods of changing values later in the video. As well as having a 3-band EQ, there are 5 insert effects, 2 master effects, and 1 total effect. We'll look at the effects in detail in the combination mode chapter. The touch view screen is very intuitive and interactive, as you'll see through this video. For example, the display of the instrument families being used in the program giving you a quick idea of the sound of the program, or the velocity meter. Double tap the program name, and an on-screen numeric keypad appears, including bank selection. Use this to select D20 Synth Brass 1. There are a variety of ways to control the sounds in real time. For example, the joystick that adjusts the pitch going from left to right, while pushing forward adds vibrato, and back modifies the sound in some way. For example, filter modulation, modifying the brightness either smoothly or rhythmically. Switches 1 and 2 are completely assignable and can be different from program to program, but they are always set up in a way that best suits the sound. In this case, switch 1 changes the sound by adjusting several parameters simultaneously, indicated on the screen as SW1 mod, while switch 2 locks the effect of pulling the joystick back. This is called joystick -Y lock, which is also displayed on the screen. JS is short for joystick, and -Y refers to the direction of the joystick. Make sure switches 1 and 2 are off. These 4 knobs in the real-time control section do different things depending on whether they are set to tone, user, or ARP, short for arpeggiator. This select switch steps through the 3 selections. Set it to tone. In this mode, the functions of the knobs are fixed and will always do the same thing from program to program. They control filter cutoff, which is like the brightness of the sound, resonance, EG intensity, which controls the brightness and the shape of the sound. This is sometimes more noticeable with the filter cutoff at a lower setting. And release, how long the note sustains after you release the key. Notice that as you turn the knobs, the value is shown on the screen. When the real-time controls are set to tone, the center position, 12 o'clock, is always the original setting. Turning the knob to the right increases and to the left decreases. When user is selected, the 4 knobs are completely user assignable and can do different things from program to program. However, knob 4 usually controls the amount of ambient effect, like reverb or delay. Knob 3 usually controls the amount of modulation effect, like chorus, phaser, and so on. Knobs 1 and 2 will modify the sound in some way. Just try it and see. The center position is usually the original setting when user is selected, but it can also be all the way to the left or right. Select program E84 Short Square ARP. The Krome has two great features that are not only fun to play along with, but are incredibly inspiring songwriting tools: polyphonic arpeggiators and drum track. Let's look at the arpeggiator first. Turn on the arpeggiator, or ARP as it is sometimes called, and play a chord. ARPs in other keyboards usually only play simple patterns like this: single notes arpeggiating the notes you play on the keyboard, up and down, or some other pattern. As you can hear, the Krome can do that too, but these polyphonic ARPs are much more powerful. Select program D24 2VCO Saw. Turn on the ARP and play. You'll notice that single notes and chords are being triggered with different durations, velocities, and note movement. Much more interesting and much more inspiring. Set the real-time controls to control the ARP. Gate controls the length of the notes. Velocity not only controls the loudness, but many times affects the tonal character of the notes. Swing changes the feel from straight to a swing, shuffle, even a hip-hop feel. And step controls how many steps in the pattern, creating cool and unusual phrases. Like with tone, the center position is the original setting. Any of the ARP patterns can be completely edited in global mode. You can even create your own arpeggiator patterns. Select A45, E Piano Mark I Old and Funky. Every program is set up with a drum pattern and drum kit, waiting for you to play along with. Simply turn on drum track and start playing. Touch the mixer and drum tab. There are hundreds of patterns to choose from. They can be edited or created from scratch. You can also easily select different drum kits. Select D03 Widow Bass. The magic happens when you combine the ARP with drum track. Turn off drum track and the ARP. Select program A07 Stereo Strings Legato. The real-time controls are a quick and basic way to change the sounds. And of course, if you press page, you have access to every single parameter of the program. But there's a method that isn't as intricate as full editing, but is much more powerful and flexible than the real-time controls. It's called Tone Adjust, and is available from the top page by touching the Tone Adjust tab. Here, we can adjust these parameters and make new sounds quickly and easily. Each of these sliders and switches already have editing parameters assigned to them, but it is possible to assign any parameter you want. Let's write this edited program. It's important to remember you will never lose any factory data. Everything can be loaded back using a command in global mode. You can save your edits over the current program location, which erases the current program, or into a new program location. Press the right button, touch the T, and the text dialog box opens where you can have a keyboard to enter in the name. We'll just add a 2 at the end since it's a variation of the original. Touch OK to confirm the text. We'll keep the category the same. Touch here. There are factory programs in almost all the available locations except for Bank F. Choose Bank F, Program 000. And touch OK, then OK to confirm. Your new program is now saved in location F000. In the last few minutes, you've become a synth programmer.